y'all, my name is Taylor. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. So today's video is going to be a shout out video to other booktubers. So I've been wanting to do this video for quite a while actually. I saw this particular tag, Spreading BookTube Love, about a year ago on Miriam's channel, and I just love this type of video. I love the community building aspect of it. I love that I get to find other YouTube channels that I didn't know about before, just growing and growing. And the Christian BookTube community has exploded in the past couple of years since I started, and there's just new booktubers getting added all the time, and I'm just so excited about it because I love this community, and I can't say that enough, and all of us will say that. It's part of the reason why we do this is because the people that make videos, they have really good content, so creative, and will spread the truth of Jesus, and our subscribers are just so excellent and welcoming and supportive and just all the good things, and I just love it. It's one of the main reasons why I do this and still do it. So yeah, I really wanted to make people aware of some channels that maybe you might not have heard of. Spread the love, as this says. That's what I truly believe is the point of this, and I hope that you'll find some that you'll like. So I am actually tweaking the tag a little bit because it is the Southern Charm Readathon this month in May 2024, the time I'm filming this. And I thought, well, I want to shout out booktubers just in general. That's what I wanted to do for a while. And I actually was tagged by Anne over at In Search of Wonder. She tagged me in the BookTube by the numbers or something like that tag. And I want to save that one for all the booktubers that I watch, because I watch a ton. This is my main form of entertainment other than reading. I don't really watch TV or movies at this point. I do occasionally, but this is my entertainment. And I want to shout out all the ones that I frequently watch, but I thought for this readathon time period I would shout out the Southern ones, and there are actually quite a few of us. I did not realize this until I was purposely trying to figure out where everybody lived, and I just want to apologize in advance if I missed anybody. It was truly not intentional. It was hard to pinpoint where everybody was. Some people you can just tell they're from the South, the accent is a dead giveaway, but some people I was like, I'm pretty sure I heard, so if you are from the South and I didn't mention you, please let me know in the comments so I can know for the future. But this is my list that I've got, and we're just going to roll with it. So, number 1, booktubers who inspire you. And really and truly, every single booktuber that I watch is inspiring in some shape or fashion. It is quite a time commitment to film, edit, do the thumbnail, make the description, post it on a consistent basis, right? So if you put up a video once a month, once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, every day, I don't think anybody does that except in December. But anyways, that is impressive. Just the dedication to sticking with this is truly commendable. And the Christian BookTube especially, I just love everybody's content. Even though we may not read the same, it's just, we bring up our faith, and it's just the community. Like I said, I'm a broken record, but really everybody on this list I could say, but I'm going to narrow it down to 4 actually, and they're 2 for one reason and 2 for another reason. And that's because these ones hit me more personally, more strongly in these certain areas that I wanted to shout out. So the first one I'm going to say is Keisha over at A Book Like You. She's from Tennessee, and I just recently found her channel, so she's another question that I have that answers that. But she has such good faith content on her channel, and she has just really grown in her journey, and you can really see it on her channel. She's very transparent, and she lets the Holy Spirit speak through her. You can tell that she's on fire for the Lord. She has a series on her channel called Delight, and I highly recommend you go and watch it. The way she put it together, she has a worship section in the beginning and at the end. She prays. She talks about how the Lord is leading her and what He's teaching her, and it's just meant to be an encouragement to other Christians and even non-Christians too, that need encouragement and hopefully maybe even be a part of their walk eventually. So I just really have to shout her out for that, because I mean, you can tell she puts her heart and soul into it, and she's letting the Lord lead her. And I am excited to see anytime a new Delight episode comes out. And I think she's done 4 so far. I need to watch the most recent one. She also does a book club, which, girl, that is commendable too. Like, all the time and effort she's putting into her channel and to her community is just amazing. So really have to shout her out for that. Just the whole, her ability to inspire faith is truly, truly awesome. Lauren Jean, she is also a new channel to me, and she's mentioned later on for that question, but she recently restarted her channel. She had been on BookTube for a while, and she shared on her channel how she felt convicted about some of the things she was reading, and so she took a break, and she has recently come back, and I haven't watched all of her videos just yet. I haven't caught back up. Y'all, by the way, there's a lot of us, and it's really hard to watch everybody's videos, even though I really truly want to. So I'm behind in watching videos. So yeah. But anyways, Lauren, I don't know, just the way she talks is just, I can't even put words to it, that how she talks about her faith and her Jesus chats. She has a series of vlogs on her channel, and they're just so interesting, and I love her voice. I don't know what it is. It's very calming and matter of fact. Like, this is what Jesus does for us, and this is who He is, and we need to praise Him. That is her. Like, that is what she says. That's her whole message, and you can see the light of Jesus shining through her too, and it's just amazing to see and really, truly inspiring. And then the other 2 I'm going to mention, they also talk about faith too. And on top of that too, they are extremely creative people. So the person I'll say is Amanda over at Book Lover Amanda. She is very transparent, in that I've shared before on my channel. She inspired me to start my own channel. And I will never be able to thank her enough for that, because it kind of jump-started this whole journey for me and being able to have my own channel. And I'm just so thankful to her and to God for letting me do this and be a part of this. And yeah, so she is truly transparent, and that's also influenced me. I try to keep in some of my bloopers now, because I was like, who's going to be interested in this? But I don't know. Just the way she comes across is so authentic, and that's helped me in my own booktube journey as well. And her being a mama and sharing everything she's going through in motherhood and her walk with the Lord, is just, every time she talks about Jesus and about her motherhood journey and how she's doing with BookTube, like, I don't know how in the world she has all the time to do this. I know she seems like a superwoman to me, how she creates such great reviews and these excellent videos. And yeah, I can't, I want to be on Amanda's level, but I don't know if that's possible. But yeah, so I truly enjoy her videos, and her faith chats as well are really encouraging. So the other one I'll say is Chrissy, from Chrissy's Purple Library. Chrissy, whenever she talks, like, the words that come out of her mouth are always so ministering to me. And yeah, I don't know how, she's letting the Holy Spirit speak through her and flow through her, and you can tell, like, every time she talks about faith, I feel like I've been to church. It's just amazing. Like, she is truly a person that has been gifted with the gift of encouragement. Like, she has sent me some gifts, and all her notes are some of my favorite notes, and how she truly, I don't know, just lets the Lord work through her and say true things. And I don't know, just the way she puts things is just amazing to me. And her creativity, she has hands down some of the best vlogs I've ever seen. Like, I will never be on her level with editing. I've already accepted this, and I'm totally fine with it, because wow, the amount of time that she puts into her videos to do all that is crazy. Oh my goodness. Every time I watch her videos, she's just getting better and better. And I don't know, girl, you keep doing that, because it is extremely entertaining. She's hilarious. Amanda's hilarious too. They're just really funny people, and people that the light of Jesus is shining through. So I really appreciate all 4 of those ladies. Number 2, smaller booktube channels. So I have 4 on this list that I wanted to particularly shout out. They have less than 200, so still pretty small, but you know, I really hope that y'all will go check them out and go subscribe. Anybody on this list really, but these ones in particular, because I think their content needs to be spread further. So the first one I'll mention is Bugs Books. She is so sweet. She is in Texas, and she kind of has similar book tastes to me. She likes a lot of historical fiction as well, and some other types of genres, but she's really transparent about her faith, and I really respect that about her. And yeah, she's pretty much an open book when it comes to her faith, and she's answered questions about it before on her channel, and I find her thoughts very interesting, so I appreciate her. And I'll say T. She is an author as well, and she's been doing some vlogs lately, and she has a very upbeat personality, which I really appreciate and enjoy watching. So definitely go check her out. Old American Spirit. She is a unique channel. She doesn't actually show her face, but her editing, y'all, her videos are so aesthetically pleasing, and she truly has a talent for putting things together and making them still very engaging and interactive, even though you don't see her face. She has such a quaint little library and a rose garden, and I don't know, she just has a very interesting channel, and I always enjoy watching her videos. Morgan's Endless Bookshelf. She is also a new mom as well, so you'll hear her baby in the background. So that was one of my favorite things about her videos. And she also has kind of similar tastes to me. She likes fairy tale retellings and fantasy. She loves Narnia. We always joke about her love of Narnia, but every time I think of Narnia now, I think of her, which I think is awesome. But we've gotten to know a little bit more about each other recently. Gotten to know each other a little bit better recently. That's the word I'm looking for. Anyways, yeah, so please go check all of those ladies out. They are top tier. Number 3, booktubers who live close to you. So I live in South Carolina. I had to represent with my shirt. This is South Carolina, if you didn't know. Our state tree, our symbol, this is on our flag. But anyways, so I live in South Carolina, and our borders are Georgia and North Carolina. But there is a booktuber who also lives in South Carolina, and her name is Mitzi. Her channel name is Mitzi Reads and Writes, and she reads a lot of classics, and that genre is not exactly my forte, but I love hearing Mitzi talk about the books. She just has a way of explaining them that's really interesting, and I love her accent. Whenever I first started watching her, I was like, if that ain't a South Carolina accent, or maybe Georgia, I don't know what is. And I asked her, and she's like, yeah, I live in South Carolina. I was like, oh, I found my South Carolina YouTube buddy. So, yeah, go check her out. She definitely will serve you well if you're at all interested in classics. She has a wealth of information. She collects vintage books. I love her bookshelf behind her in her videos. They all look so gorgeous. Just the vintage feel to her. Her bookshelves is very pretty. Editing Taylor here. So I need to add one more person to this section because she's actually from South Carolina too. So yay, there are 3 of us that I know of in South Carolina. But that would be Courtney Reads. I'm pretty new to her channel. I just learned about her recently from Bethany Brink's books. She mentioned the books of hers that she read. She's an author. And by the way, there are so many authors on BookTube. I had no idea. But anyways, Yeah, so Courtney is more of an eclectic reader. She reads all kinds of different books, some that I've never even heard of, and she reads a lot of classics as well. So she is a very sweet, calm spirit, and I enjoy her answers to tags. One in particular today was the Wildest Dreams tags, and she had some very unique answers. And I just love hearing her talk about things. She just presents things in such a calming, sensible light, and just she has a unique way of presenting what she wants to talk about. So just thought I'd add her, and so back to the original video. And then the last one I'll say, I've thought about just South Carolina, but I wanted to mention one more person. So I think the next closest one to me, because I live closer to the Georgia side than North Carolina, so I'll mention my Georgia person, and that would be Celestria. I love Celestria's channel. She has some excellent editing as well. She always makes me laugh. Her sense of humor is just priceless. I love watching her. And we also have very similar book tastes as well. Very, very similar with fairy tale retellings and fantasy. I can trust her reviews. She does not sugarcoat it. She'll tell it like it is. She's very thorough. She'll tell you what may be up with the book. If you are at all curious about a particular topic, she'll let you know. And we've also gotten to know each other a bit better through my readathon. She was one of my co-hosts, and I love her channel and her to pieces. So, number 4, booktubers from different, well, the original tag says continents, but since I'm doing a southern themed tag, a twist on this tag, I changed it. So I'm tweaking it to say different parts of the South, because I'm in the Southeast, and when I was exploring like what entails the South, there was some controversy over who is actually the South, and I had no idea. And now that I think about it, I always kind of think of the Southeast because that's where I am. But I'm like, how far to the west do we go? Does Texas count? Does Oklahoma count? And apparently they do. So I have a few people from that area to shout out. The first one is Kelly from Kelly Reads a Lot. She's an Okie girl. She is the sweetest person you will ever meet. She has Tag Tuesdays. She always has tons of tags. I get inspired by so many of her videos, the tag videos especially. 'Cause I'm like, girl, I don't know how you find all these tags. But yeah, and she also has BookTubers to Watch Wednesday, which is so sweet of her to create a whole YouTube video about other booktubers to follow. She spotlights a channel and spreads the word, so I love her for doing that. She's so sweet, and she's a mama as well, and she talks about picture books and books for her kids, and I find that she's just so sweet. I love her. And then Bethany's Bookshelf. She's also an Okie girl, and Bethany's spirit, she's just so calming, and just, I don't know, every time I watch her, I just feel so comforted. She just has a way about her that is just so calming, and I don't know, I love her content. She did a vlog not too long ago. I think it was her first one, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. She went to I think it was Florida for a family trip, and I thought it was awesome. I hope she does more vlogs. She's done more recently since then too, but that one was the one I particularly remember. I love that one. And she has more of an eclectic taste. Like, she does a lot of different genres, and she's not afraid to try new things. And she's also a homeschool mama, and I love her. I love all of y'all. Like, I could say that about every single one of you, but I don't know. And then I'd like to shout out one who considers herself a Southern girl, but does not currently live in the South, but she's coming back, y'all. She's coming back. So Carmen Janae, she currently lives in Colorado, but I think she's from this area, and she has excellent vlogs as well. I remember watching her, I think it was last year or the year before, I can't remember. She had some, when she went hiking with her dog in Colorado, and just the scenery was just glorious, like a picture of God's artistry, you know, in nature. But also Carmen also has a very calming, sweet spirit as well, and she's very matter of fact. And I watched her recent watched vlog of reading books until she reads to 5 stars, and I think I connected with her because she didn't cry, but her soul was weeping, and I was like, that's me. I have yet to cry from a book. I don't do that, and she wanted to, but she, like, I felt for her. I was like, that's me. I feel you, girl. But yeah, she has some very, very good vlogs and very good content. And she's also a new mom. Very new mom. Like, that is also inspiring. I should have put new moms as booktubers to inspire you. So I'm going to do that real quick. So Carmen Janae, Morgan from Morgan's Endless Bookshelf, and Christy, who's coming back soon, I hear, to BookTube. So those 3 are new moms, and it's impressive if you have a YouTube channel in general, but it's very impressive if you were in the first year of life of your child, because that time period is just hectic and extremely hard, and to do BookTube on top of it is very impressive. So number 5, BookTubers with furry reading companions. And these ones, well, a lot of us have pets. I actually have 3 dogs. They're right at my feet, actually. I have had them on my videos. I think maybe the last time that you've seen them was maybe February 2023. I remember that because I was doing a wrap up and I was heavily pregnant and I was outside and they were playing around me. So that might have been the last time you've seen them, but you may have heard them in the background clicking around, walking around, and drinking water and stuff. But so I have 3 dogs. If you didn't know that. But yeah, so it's kind of the same thing for these people that I pinpointed because they show their pets quite frequently. So the first one I'll say is Lindsay from BFCG. She has her beagle named Daisy, and Daisy, I think, has reached legendary status. Like, if you know about Lindsay, you know she has a dog named Daisy. She has a stuffed animal that looks like her that she got recently, I think. Well, recently, whenever I watched her videos. My timeline is all a blur. Like, I don't know, but within the last year, she got a stuffed animal, I think, that looks like her, and she's got some Daisy stuff, and yeah. So I love seeing her on the channel. And then Bethany from Bethany Brings Books. She has, oh goodness, I can't remember what exactly type of dog it is, but his name is Sherlock, from Sherlock Holmes, I think. And he is just so gorgeous. I think it's like an Aussie dog, like a little miniature Aussie. I could be totally wrong. I'm not the best at breed names, but he's adorable. And then she has a cat named Stormy, I think. Yeah. And then Nikki from Writing for Jesus. She has a dog named Bandit. I think he's a German Shepherd. I don't know. And Stacy from Wandering with Stacy. She has practically a little farm. She has some chickens, and she'll have videos with them chirping in the background, and she's shown them in some videos before, and I love that. And she has I think 1 dog, maybe. I think he's a Doberman, and then a cat that she rescued recently, and he has the sweetest name. I can't remember what it is, but I remember thinking, I love his name. He's a black and white cat, I think. The story of how she saved him was so sweet. And she lives in Virginia, but she also has a second home in Tennessee. I think that they're renovating and going to live there eventually, I think. But it is next door to a farm with cows, and she's shown the cows before. And I love her Tennessee videos, which I think she hasn't done it in a while, and I think she might have gone back recently. But I love the Tennessee content whenever she did it. So, number 6, booktubers you've buddy read with. And I have buddy read with Celestia and Christy. We read Christy A. Cole. I don't think I mentioned her before, but fully mentioning her now. Christy A. Cole, she is an author. I've interviewed her for her book, Ariadne and the Legend of the Fire Rose. She was also a co-host for my readathon, so she is an avid reader of fairy tale retellings, and she was actually one of the ones that restarted my love for it, because I had read fairy tale retellings and fantasy before I was a Christian, but then when I became a Christian, I was kind of weary of it because, you know, the spice in it. But I found her channel, and she's talking about clean fairy tale retellings, and I was just so inspired, and then she jump-started a whole love for it. So thank you, Christy. I don't know if you knew that, but you kind of jump-started that, and then that morphed into the Once Upon a February Readathon and all the things. So thank you for that, Christy. But yeah, she's a sweetheart. She lives in North Carolina. Like I said before, she has a new baby, and love her. And yeah, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, we buddy read. So Celestia and Christy and I read Hunting Sirens by Mary Macomb. It was during my readathon time period, and we did a buddy read. So that was fun reading that with them. And then Anne from In Search of Wonder, we read The Letter Tree by Rachel Fordham together. We actually are a little bit in the minority opinions, but we had very similar opinions. So thank goodness I read it with her, because I did not feel so alone in my opinion of that book. And then Chrissy and Amanda, I've read In This Moment by Gabriel Meyer with Chrissy, and then we started to read the Lord of the Rings, but I did not follow through with that one. But anyways, then Chrissy and Amanda and I, we read For a Lifetime. Just finished it last night. What a ride, y'all. What a ride. But that was an experience, and that definitely, it was even better with our buddy read. And so I read some with some other people in that chat as well, but they don't have YouTube channels. So yeah. And then 7 subscribers or commenters who don't have a channel. Now listen, there's only one person that is possibly suited to this answer that immediately comes to mind. And she just so happens to live in Texas. And if you've been around Christian BookTube for a while, you probably know who I'm talking about, because she literally is an honorary booktuber, because she is always commenting on our channels and supporting us. And we all want her to create a channel, but you know, can't pressure anybody. So if she ends up making a channel, we will all be so excited. But if she doesn't, it's okay. She's still here. But that person is Lindsay Lemus. I'll put her Instagram handle below if you aren't following her on Instagram. But yeah, I've gotten to know her through our buddy reads of the Timeless series. And the way she describes books, and she reads a lot of books too, and some books I've never even heard of. But yeah, she has some wealth of book knowledge of what she's read, and then also too, she truly has the heart of Jesus in her. She's always encouraging, and she's just the definition of a spiritual sister. She is so good at encouraging and supporting, and love her. So if she does a channel, I'll be so excited. But if not, totally fine. Number 8, BookTubers newer to you. So I think I had learned about 2 of these from one person. I think it was A Book Like You. She mentioned Lauren's channel, and then Lauren mentioned Caitlin's channel. I think that's how my exploration of their channels worked out. But anyways, they kind of dominoed. I found all of them around the same time. So like I said, A Book Like You, which is Keisha's channel, I've mentioned her several times, and Lauren Jean, I mentioned her several times. And then Pride and Paperback, Caitlin's channel. She recently came back to BookTube. She took a year break for some health reasons, and she just posted her health story and how God was with her during that time. And I really should put that under the inspiring BookTubers question 2. That question 1, everybody. But Caitlin had such a beautiful testimony in that video, and it really ministered to me on remembering that God is with us through everything, and He loves us, and His faithfulness and His love for us. And she just said it so beautifully. She also reads a lot of cozies. which I haven't really gotten into those, so I need to take some of her recommendations soon. But she's kind of the person for cozy mysteries if you need that. But yeah, I love her channel, and she also is on fire for Jesus, and I love that about her. Number 9, booktubers who read different genres or books than you. So I've already mentioned Mitzi. She reads a lot of classics. I think the majority of what she reads are classics. So I read just a handful, maybe once or twice a year. So it's definitely not my genre. Also, Bethany brings books. I mentioned her before about the furry animal companions, but I didn't really talk about her. So she is such a sweetheart. She lives in North Carolina. She has 3 kids, and they are just the sweetest, spunkiest little creatures. I love watching them on her videos. They are so sweet. And she had a video where they picked out 24 books, and I loved it. It was just great. But anyways, she has, we have some crossover in historical fiction, but she has also been reading a lot of classics lately, and I love the way Bethany describes books. She's also a very calm spirit person too, and I really enjoy what she has to say about books, and I kind of want to watch or read classics because of her, because it's not necessarily my leanings. Like I said, I don't read them very often, but the way she talks about them, I'm like, do I want to? You know, I'm kind of leaning that way, but I love hearing her talk. And then Anne over In Search of Wonder, mentioned her before for a buddy read, but she also reads a lot of classics as well. She reads a lot of classics for her son. While he's in school, she tries to read the same thing that he reads. And yeah, the way Anne describes things too, I love her. She's very matter of fact, and she has weekly updates, and so she'll bring you along with her throughout her week, and then she is also talking about her reads as well. So that's a kind of a unique approach to wrap-ups, which I really enjoy watching. Haley Annabelle, she actually lives in Texas, and she's not the biggest fan of Christian fiction, which is basically all that I read, but she does read the occasional ones, and she also reads a lot of nonfiction. She is a biblical counselor, so she comes at it from that lens, and it's very fascinating when she talks about that. And yeah, she reads a lot more eclectically, I guess you could say, than I do, but I really enjoy her thoughts on things. She's very matter of fact, is what I was trying to say. And then number 10, booktubers who have similar tastes to you. So I think the majority of people I follow, we have some crossovers here and there. So I love historical fiction, fairy tale retellings, fantasy, sci-fi. Those are my big ones. So Christy, like I mentioned before, she fairy tale retellings. Reese from the writing Songbird, she also reads a lot of fairy tale retellings. She was also instrumental in me getting into fairy tale retellings. Her and Christy both, thank y'all. And yeah, so I found a lot of fairy tales from them that I had no idea existed. And then Celestria, pretty much if Celestria likes something in fairy tale and fantasy realm, most likely I'm going to like it because we're pretty similar on our thoughts on things. Stacy, we are pretty much similar on historical fiction too. I can trust her reviews. She's very thorough, and she changed her channel name I think about a year ago now. So she does more than just reviewing books. She also does sewing, and she does a lot of Kindle content too. And I love Stacy's channel. Just the content that she has is very, very interesting, and the way she talks about things too is fascinating. And like I said, her furry companions in the background, I love that. But anyways, so her historical fiction books, I'm always constantly like adding stuff to my TBR because I can trust Stacy, and I've read some books that she's recommended, and pretty much we have very similar thoughts on things. And then the last one I'll mention is Kat from Kat Stories. She's in Texas, and yeah, so Kat is a sweetheart as well. I asked her to be a part of my my readathon. I'm losing steam here, y'all. There's a lot of people. So yeah, Kat, she lives in Texas, like I said, and she has a TBR game that she does. It's the seasonal one, and she makes one for, I think the one now she's about to do is summer, and so I'm very excited to see what she does for that, because she changes the prompts and the board and everything, and I find that so creative, and I love watching that. And her husband gets involved too, which is really fun. But anyways, we are very similar in romance books and historical fiction, so definitely check her out. We're pretty similar. She's also a very sweet, calm spirit as well. Number 11, BookTubers with great original tags. And this one's a little bit more difficult, so if y'all have done a tag and I didn't mention it, please let me know, because I only thought of 2. So Nikki from Writing for Jesus, she did, I think it's called the Bible tag, and I've actually been tagged in it, and I have loved watching everybody's answers to this particular tag. It's very interesting, and I've learned a lot about Christian content that I can go check out, which is helpful as a newer Christian. I still consider myself a baby Christian, because I only got saved in 2022. So I'm still pretty new in my walk. So a lot of this stuff I did not know about. So I'm just still learning about a lot of things, and that tag has been particularly helpful, and it's on my list to do. I've kind of been hesitant to do it because I feel like I'm underqualified to answer the questions because I am so new, but it is on my list and I will do it at some point. And then Kelly from Kelly Reads a Lot, she has done, like I said, she has her Tag Tuesdays, and she's done tags of her own as well. Number 12, BookTube projects you join or follow or would like to. So I only thought of one person for this, and that is Keisha from A Book Like You. I've already mentioned her Delight series, but I also have been curious about joining in on her Revive Book Club. She does Christian books, and she does fiction and then nonfiction kind of alternating, and she does a live stream to go along with it, and has other hosts. And every time I've seen it pop up on my channel of the next book to read, I already have way too much on my docket, and I just haven't been able to participate, but I hope to eventually. And number 13, BookTubers who always put you in a good mood. So I've already mentioned several of these. Amanda, she is so high-spirited, and you can't watch her and not immediately have a smile on your face or start laughing. Her laugh makes me laugh, and if I need a pick-me-up, I'll go watch Amanda. And then Chrissy is very similar as well. She's very charismatic and very... just something about her. You always have to smile at what Christy has to say, and her editing is funny and interesting and engaging, so I love them. And Celestia, I've mentioned her before. Her editing is on point. She always makes me laugh. She has these excellent memes, and she even throws in Star Trek memes, which I'm like, girl, I love you for that. And then the last one I'll say is Tabitha. Tabitha Gabrielle, her videos, she also has some superb editing skills and has a great sense of humor as well. The way she puts things in words, makes me laugh as well. And if you like Celestia's videos, Tabitha kind of has a similar vibe with her, and the humor is just on point with all these ladies. So number 14, tag others. So I'm just going to say anybody that I mentioned in this video, feel free. If you want to do the tag, go right ahead. If you don't, totally cool. I just wanted to share y'all's channels with people so that more people can know about you in case they didn't. And so yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. Hope you have a great day. Bye y'all.